see the third. Let me just check everything's running okay. I think so. So, is it? Yes. Sorry about that. I just wanted to get... Usually I do it on a different tab, but I'm a bit lazy today. Alright, so the GFS this morning for the Atlantic. First of all, I want to draw your attention to this, which is the winter weather event that's occurring in the United States in the mid-Atlantic. 997 millibars is what it's depicting there, and then it keeps going and bombs out in the northernmost Atlantic. Look at that once again, very consistent on this. 926 millibars again, that's what it was saying yesterday morning and yesterday evening, so very consistent there. And then after that it plows into Greenland, I think. So that's that. Non-tropical, of course. We're not looking at anything tropical in the Atlantic, hopefully for some time. Although, you look towards the later model run there. What's that little thingy coming out there on day 8 and 9? Heads for the Azores in the end. I doubt it's tropical. It may not even form at all, given how far out that is. Alright, Eastern Pacific then this morning. I assume there's going to be nothing, and that assumption would be right. Central Pacific, you know, this is a breeze, nothing going on here, so that's a time saver, nothing to look at there at all. West Pacific, because we had that, we did mark A1, which was going to be at 8 north, 111 east. You can still see it there, but looking at that, looks very pitiful. So let me just check the previous model run for consistency. The 0Z, which is not wanting to load properly. Oh, it was still, it was a bit more favourable at 0. So we'll keep the 10%. I was very tempted to remove it entirely, but we'll keep the 10%. 9 north, 113 east, and that is still down as a future storm. 10%, not sure it deserves it, but there we are. Look at that once again, that bomb that blows up there, amongst other things in the wacky world of the extratropical West Pacific. Fascinating to watch. Alright, long range, nothing happens. Alright, Indian Ocean. Fascinating to see how we've not had anything form yet in the Southwest Indian Ocean, and you look in that area again. Oh, there's a little thingy there. That's on day 7. But generally, it's staying dead quiet yet again. Late in the run there, you can see that in the Australian region. That's way, way, way off. But really, there's nothing there to talk about at all. There's that tiny little disturbance, but that's not going to do anything either, so let's go to the Southwest Pacific. To the current time, you can still see Seth there. The GFS depicting 995 and about 40 mile per hour winds. Let me just check up on what the observations are saying down on the ground to see if that corroborates, because you can see that 40 mile an hour little tick there, very close to land. So I'm just going to have a look on my other monitor to see if we can get yeah, Coolangatta is very close to the tropical storm force wind there, and they're currently getting winds of Not very much, about 20 miles per hour. Let me check satellite to see exactly what it's doing. Doesn't look very convincing on satellite. So, oh, we just checked the pressure at that station as well. 1001 earlier. So I'm just trying to figure, look at that. So I would imagine pie in the sky numbers really, but I doubt it's got TS winds anymore. So 35, and we'll have 997 on that for now. And of course that is still a remnant low. That's located at 28 south, what was that, 157 east. And of course it's a remnant low, not going to do much. Now, does it still make landfall in Australia? Well, just about, but you can hardly trace it at all by the time it gets there. And that's at hour 66. But it's really nothing by then. As you can see, Seth's score has gone down as a result. Now, what we're also tracking near Fiji is very much there as well. Just going to take a look on satellite at that one too. Things are running a bit slow today. Just having a look. So there's a disturbance there for sure. You can see the GFS depicts it 997 and TS winds, and actually I thought it was going to develop more, but it dies off, so I don't think that really needs to be marked. It's the next one that develops. It's pretty long range still, and off it goes. Big one for New Zealand there. And then 2 TCs after that. But that's pretty speculative. So, we want to mark that one. And now the formation point looks to be up there at 42 hours, 10 south, 177 east. We gave it 20% last time. And given that it doesn't develop much in the next 5 days, there it is at day 6. That's when it really starts to develop. So we'll keep it at 20%. As for what it does on the model run, not very much at all, really, until it reaches New Zealand. So those numbers will be going down. Down, down, down. Take a look at what it drops from 24 down to 16, down to 8. So not much there at all, but that'll be one to track later on down the line. Now the Australian East Coast one is visible there at 1001 at the 84-hour mark. That is at 11 south, 144 east. Given that that is at 84 hours, and there it is at 120. Still hasn't done much by that point. We're going to keep that at 10%, because you just don't know in this basin. There's a lot of uncertainty, because this is radically different from what it was yesterday and what it was last night. But given what score do we need to give it, we're still struggling on that. But it's going to rise a little bit to 13. Maybe a little bit more actually as well. 14. Just to take a look at the previous run, what did that have? The 0Z. Just to show you how different it might have been. Yeah, I mean, the Australian system doesn't form until day 9 there. And then look what it does. 939 millibars, 937. And then whacks into Queensland. But that, of course, has changed at 6C. So, uncertainty. The model doesn't know what exactly to do yet. Southeast Pacific, mostly water zone. French Polynesia is in there. There is this little system here. Doesn't look like that will be a tropical cyclone threat at all. And for the funnies, looking at the South Atlantic, anything interesting going on there? Nope. And the European region, it would appear to be a no. So that confirms TCOS then. Let's just check some precipitation whilst we're here, just have a bit of fun here. Looking at the UK in particular, because that's where we are. Actually some snow there on Friday, potentially. Then that gets completely blown off by that deep extratropical low. And let's take a look at the United States and see what they're getting up to weather-wise in the next few days. So you can obviously see this, look at that. That's right now. Massive amounts of snow by the looks of things north of the freezing line. And then you get a little low pressure system there bringing some snow in. And then look at that, things like that. I don't even know what that is. Towards the later part of the model run there. Well, interesting to see. Alright, so that's TCOS, and quite clearly we're still in unclassified. Let's just get an actual representation here by adding in the demand. And there it is. That is your final TCOS for 11Z on January the 3rd. So there we have it. I'll be back again with more TCOS tomorrow morning, hopefully at 10:30Z. And in the meantime, have a good day. And I'm going to go off and get a cup of tea.